The sun dipped low on the horizon as the moving truck trundled down Maple Street. Its tires crunched over fallen leaves, heralding the arrival of the new occupants of number 13, the old desolate house that stood at the end of the street. The neighborhood whispered tales of the house, its dark history shrouded in mystery and dread. The Monroe family, oblivious to the ominous reputation of their new home, stepped out of the truck, their faces filled with excitement and anticipation. John, a jovial man with a penchant for adventure, led the way, followed by his wife, Emily, a kind-hearted woman with a love for old houses. Bringing up the rear were their two children, Lily and Ethan, their eyes wide with wonder at the sight of their new abode. As they entered the house, a chill crept down their spines, but they shrugged it off as a trick of the wind. Little did they know that the house held secrets far darker than they could imagine. The days passed, and the Monroe family settled into their new home. But strange things began to happen. Objects would go missing, only to reappear in odd places. Footsteps echoed through the empty halls at night, and whispers floated on the air, just out of reach. At first, they dismissed these occurrences as the quirks of an old house. But as the days turned into weeks, the strange happenings grew more frequent and unsettling. Lily woke one night to find her dolls arranged in a circle on the floor, their eyes staring blankly ahead. Ethan claimed he saw shadows moving in the corners of his room, their forms twisted and distorted. Emily felt a cold hand brush against her cheek as she lay in bed, sending shivers down her spine. John, ever the rational one, tried to explain away their fears, but even he couldn't deny the palpable sense of unease that hung in the air. Something was in the house with them, something unseen and malevolent. As the days stretched into months, the haunting grew more intense. The once cheerful family now lived in a state of perpetual fear, their nerves frayed and their minds haunted by nightmares. Strange symbols appeared on the walls, drawn in what looked like blood. Doors slammed shut of their own accord, trapping them in their rooms. And in the dead of night, they could hear the sound of laughter echoing through the empty halls, mocking and cruel. Desperate for answers, John turned to the history of the house, hoping to uncover the truth behind its sinister reputation. What he found chilled him to the bone. The house had been built over a century ago by a wealthy family with a dark secret. Legend had it that they practiced black magic, summoning dark forces to do their bidding. When their experiments went awry, they disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only whispers of their malevolent deeds. Armed with this knowledge, John vowed to rid their home of the evil that lurked within its walls. He sought out experts in the occult, scouring dusty tomes for spells of protection and exorcism. But the entity that inhabited the house was powerful, its presence growing stronger with each passing day. It fed on their fear, growing more malicious with each new terror it inflicted upon them. In a last-ditch effort to save his family, John confronted the entity head-on, armed with nothing but his love for his wife and children. As he stood in the dimly lit hallway, a sense of dread washed over him, threatening to consume him whole. But John refused to back down. With a steely resolve, he called upon all his courage and strength, facing the darkness with unwavering determination. And in that moment, something miraculous happened. The darkness recoiled at his touch, its grip loosening as a blinding light filled the room. With a final scream of agony, the entity vanished into thin air, leaving behind only a lingering sense of peace. As dawn broke over Maple Street, the Monroe family emerged from their ordeal stronger than ever. Though the scars of their ordeal would never fully heal, they found solace in each other's love and support. The house on Maple Street stood silent and empty once more, its dark secrets buried beneath layers of dust and decay. But the Monroe family knew that it was only a matter of time before another unsuspecting family would fall prey to its malevolent influence. And so, they made a vow to never speak of their harrowing ordeal, lest they unwittingly unleash the darkness upon the world once more. For some secrets are better left buried, their whispered truths lost to the sands of time.